like a billion random guys that I have never heard of, like Lizzie and Acacia, and this guy, his name is apparently Xanadu, which is a pretty awesome name, I gotta admit. Like, it's definitely cooler than Lizzie. Like, if I had to form a party in an RPG, you know, like if I was playing Dungeons and Dragons, right, and I had to form a party with a bunch of people, I would pick Xanadu over Lizzie. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't want to discriminate, but, you know, just for the sake of the health of my party, I would pick Xanadu. Anyway, looks like he's going to be playing a slightly more known player in the form of Wooki here. So Wooki, a Protoss player on KT, did fairly well during the regular season last season of Pro League. He was about 50%. I think he was actually exactly 50% win rate in the regular season, actually taking a couple of impressive games off the likes of Stork. And I think he beat Bisu once as well. I'm not really sure. He's listed as P7 Gab, by the way, but P7 Gab is a ridiculous name, so I'm just going to type Wookie. Oh, actually, I have a story about P7 Gab in a second. But yeah, Wookie, he was 50% in the regular season. Unfortunately for him, he actually got destroyed in the playoffs. Like, I think KT actually played him in every single series of the playoffs, and he lost every single game. He was like 0-6 in playoffs matches, which is quite sad for him, or like 0-7 or something. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, yeah, so Xanadu, I don't know. Does he have another AKA? Kiet says it's Guemchi. This is not Guemchi. Is that really Guemchi? That can't be Guemchi. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Anyway, by the way, guys, I was informed. Is it actually Guemchi? I don't recognize him. I'm gonna type Guemchi then, because Xanadu is confusing. All right, in that case, I definitely want him on my D&D party. I would like, if I had to pick, alright, so in order of who I'd want on my party, like Guemchi, Xanadu, and what was the third one I said? Lizzie? Yeah, Lizzie. I would definitely pick Guemchi first and Xanadu second. So, hey, there we go. Anyway, I was informed by Karoton that P7 Gab apparently means something in Korean, like, I can't remember what it means, but apparently it was like something cool. Like, I'm gonna bathe in the blood of my enemies or something. I actually don't know how that means that, but that's what he said. I'm just gonna say it for you guys. Oh, Kit says it's a blood ritual. Okay, apparently he was right. Apparently it is. Okay, so apparently P7 Gab is a badass name in Korean. Unfortunately for me, I don't speak Korean, so it just sounds ridiculous. That's all right. Anyway, looks like Guemchi, aka Xanadu, is going to be spawning in the top left as the red Protoss. I think that means it's a PvP. It is indeed a PvP. Wookie going to be at the bottom right as the blue Protoss. We are on Ohana. Man, that's actually really cool. All right. Oh, some people are explaining to me. Okay, apparently it's pronounced P-Chilgab, which means to cover yourself or other entirely with blood. Nice, nice. Wait, does that mean like chill is like a number? So when Chill introduces himself in Korean, he's actually like says his name is the number 7. Like Chill, the Canadian guy. I like Chill. Anyway, that's pretty cool. To cover yourself or other entirely with blood. That makes me think of like Conan the Barbarian. It's like, to crush your enemy, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women. And P7 Gab. I can imagine him saying that. P7 Gab. Conan. Yeah, pretty close. I see it. I see the resemblance. Anyways, looks like gateway, gas, good stuff. Yeah, assimilators, nice. I really actually wasn't paying attention to the game at all. I was too busy bringing up random movie quotes. And it looks like that guy's completely disinterested in the game, just like texting on his phone or whatever. Anyway, is it just me or did he rally his gateway to his assimilator there? Did you guys see that? Is it just me or is that gateway rally to his assimilator? I'm not sure why he would rally his gateway to his assimilator. Like, is he hoping that his zealot will just mine the gas for him or something? I would imagine a zealot can actually probably carry more gas than a probe can. Like, you know, I mean, they're pretty beefy, right? But I don't think it would really appreciate that as much. You know, wasting his warrior's talent on mining gas. So it's probably better not to make him do that. He might get a little bit upset. Anyway, the core looks like it's significantly faster for Guemchi. Does that mean he's going for some kind of 4-gate? I actually wasn't paying attention to the energy on the Nexus. Let's see if that is, in fact, what he was doing. Oh, actually, it's not that much faster. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, no, it is a little bit. Or, wait. Sorry, faster for Wooki, not Guemchi. I got the players backwards. Wooki is blue. Yes. Man, it's hard to remember this. It's so funny because like they have the player names on the bottom right here instead of at the top like they do for Broodor. It's like confused. I have to like look at my own overlay. It's confusing. Anyway. So, someone is informing me that the faster core timing means that Wooki went for a 10 or 11 gate instead of a 12 or 13 gate, which would be the more economic option. So is going to probably go for some aggression here. Both players got their warp gate on the way. Wookie's, of course, a little bit ahead. Looks like 2 more gateways being added for Guemchi. And 2 more gateways being added for Wooki as well. So 3 gate on 3 gate. Looks like first Sayle moving out here. Is that 2 probes? Wait, did he just send 2 probes? Alright. He has sent, Wookie has actually sent 2 probes towards Guemchi's base. Wants to make absolutely sure he can get some pylons down. Maybe use them, to poke in a little bit, do some damage as well. And it looks like here we go. Here's the attack. There's the first proxy pylon here. Going to start doing some serious aggression once his warp gate's finished. And of course his warp gates are a little bit faster than Guemchi's. The 2 probes helping out as well. But a second Stalker comes out for Guemchi. So I don't think that's really going to work. And that Zealot might even get picked off here. And it looks like the Zealot, does it get picked off? Yes, the Zealot gets picked off and he immediately runs back up his ramp. Does not want to get caught outside when the warping comes in. There's actually a second pylon warped in at the top of his ramp. So he's also going to have vision up there for free without needing a unit up there. And 3 Stalkers get warped in here. The warp gates of Guemchi are not finished yet. So it's 4 Stalkers and 2 probes against just 2 Stalkers here. Those 2 probes clearly made the difference. Look at those badass probes like walking back and forth. Just, you know, 2 probes on 4 probes doesn't even matter. But anyway, looks like we have some Stalker on Stalker micro, but another warp in from Guemchi, and I think he's going to be able to hold this. Yeah, he does have 5 Stalkers now against 3. Has his own probes off the line to help out, but no, another warp in from the other side here. Just a back and forth exchange between these 2 players. It looks like it's going to be close here. Some fancy micro. It looks like 4 Stalkers against 3, but there's another Zealot in there as well. It's making things difficult. Interestingly, the gateways back there kind of block off the units a little bit, so he's got to be careful not to get stuck. Guemchi's got to be careful not to get stuck by his own mineral line, but then of course he can use his probes to help out. Looks like a round of Zealots warped in as well, so 5 Stalkers apiece. Looks like 3 Zealots against 2, a slight unit advantage for Guemchi, but it's really going to come down to the micro here, and it looks like it's going to be very close. I think Guemchi is going to take this, and it looks like, yes, indeed, he will. He's got to be so careful. Looks like another Stalker is warped in. Those 2 probes, by the way, still there. No, it looks like the probes finally getting taken down. Those 2 heroic probes of Wookie getting taken down, and it looks like this attack is completely over for Wookie here. Yeah, he's got 1 random Zealot left, and that's not going to last long. So Guemchi with some nice defense here against Wookie's early aggression. You can see on Wookie's face he's not happy about this. I think that's probably just game right there as well with that failed attack. I mean, he's going to lose these 2 forward pylons as well, and Guemchi is going to have such a huge unit advantage. However, he did do some probe damage, so I actually don't know who's ahead on the worker count, and it looks like 1 Zealot actually counterattacking here, but 1 Zealot gets warped in to Wookie's mineral line. Is going to help defend that. And it looks like, a hidden proxy pylon here at the top of Wookie's base. Guemchi going for the huge counterattack. Going to do a nice warp in. Oh, he actually already had a pylon there at the natural, so even though there's a sentry out to force field the ramp, it doesn't matter, because first of all, the units are going to run in, and second of all, they can just warp in the main base anyway, so that sentry is essentially useless at this point. Even if he force fields the ramp, he's going to get the force field off. He's going to keep 3 Stalkers out, but as I said, the warp in, the pylon rather, is in the base for the warp ins, so yeah, that's not going to last too long, and it looks like, these 2 Zealots are going to run around a little bit until the rest of the forces can get in here, and this is basically game over for Wookie. He's going to hold on a little bit longer, but Guemchi keeping Air Force Ace in this series. If he wins this, he will tie up the series 1-1, and we'll go down to a 3rd game to decide who takes the StarCraft 2 best of 3 here. It looks like he's going to go after that pylon. If he gets the pylon, the top gateway will be unpowered, but it looks like Wookie's just going to go for the engagement. I'm a little bit surprised he's not pulling probes here. He definitely needs probes in this engagement. There's just so many Zealots there and basically equal Stalker count. I mean, he can't do this with Stalkers alone. He needs a few probes. I mean, I know he doesn't want to take them off 9ing, but dude, oh my god, I even got a Stalker trapped and hit by the Zealots. The Zealots even actually let the Stalker out, but it didn't even matter. More units being warped in, and it looks like the pylon's going to go down. The top warp gate is now unpowered. And GG from Wookie. Xanadu, a.k.a. Guemchi, takes set number 2 for Air Force Ace. It will go down to game number 3. Now, this is a must-win situation for KT Rolster. Of course, they already lost the Broodor portion of the series, so if they lose this game, then they will have lost the entire series. We won't get to see an Ace match. On the other hand, if they win, then we'll see a final deciding StarCraft 2 match to determine who takes it. And this, man, this would be really crazy if Ace actually took the next game, because, you know, in the Brood War part, they lost the first game as well, and then they took the next 2. So if they might actually do that again here in the second best of 3. And yes, the scores. Thank you very much. Oops. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 3rd game of the StarCraft 2 portion of the series. It is going to be Cal versus some Protoss. I think that means we're going to see another PvP here. Unfortunately,